suspect came back to the vehicle.
How were you able to find the silver SUV is my question.
We received information about a possible location,
Can you elaborate on that?
a tip.
I heard that the SUV was actually black when you guys found it. How were they able to still recognize it?
It was spray painted by hand early that morning, and there was evidence of black spray paint in cans around the area.
And did it look, I mean, did it look like a bad job? I mean, did it look obvious, like if they were trying to attempt?
It looked like somebody just took a spray can and tried to cover up a car, yes.
Any word on, were these shooting, I mean, were these victims connected, or does it appear, any kind of motive in this case? Does it all appear to be random?
It appears to be completely random. One shooting, let's back that up. The shooting on I-20 at about 45 minutes after midnight. At about 2:40 a.m., the shooting on Fulton County, and both victims stated that a silver SUV pulled up next to them and just started shooting.
So this guy is now linked to those two shootings, as well as the burglary on Auburn
Correct.
and the murder in DeKalb.
Correct.
What can you tell us about his background?
All I can tell you is that he had 3 active warrants out of 3 different jurisdictions.
Description
One
of
of
the
the-
person,
Description of the person,
the suspect. Do
young.
we have his mugshot?
We do have his mugshot.
Yeah, you should have.
Yes, I know.
Should have all that.
One of the charges was possession by a convicted felon. So,
Possession of firearm by convicted.
so obviously he's got it passed. Can you tell us anything about that?
No.
Okay. Age?
Young. Can I give him a 24 years old?
24. When the silver, now black car was stopped, we understand there was also a female in the car.
Correct. There was a passenger.
Her connection, is she being charged with anything?
At this time, she is not being charged with anything.
Can you tell us where the chase ended and what time of day that was?
Help me with the cross street because it's DeKalb County.
Moreland and Custer.
Okay.
We can give you some of the specifics on that. Let's keep the question a little bit to the arrest, and we can give you, because all that's been out there.
The large parking lot at Moreland and Custer,
I know.
DeKalb County.
Okay.
And then have your investigator, because he's being held at DeKalb, have your investigators been able to speak with them?
We attempted to speak to him last night, and he did not want to talk to us, but we have subsequently placed the burglary warrants and the 2 additional shooting warrants on him in DeKalb County.
Is the weapon that was found in the car, I think, the same kind of weapon that was used in these shootings?
We have to wait for it to be analyzed.
You mentioned he was seen leaving a residence. Is that the residence on Weekirk?
Yes.
I want to go back to this motive thing again. I mean, the burglary, we understand it was like $50,000 in heroines, but he wasn't trying to rob these other people, just shooting them.
Just a simple random act of violence.
Gang related?
The victims were simply victims.
But I mean, could this have been some kind of gang initiative?
Now you're
or-
asking me to speculate.
What about intoxication? Was the person intoxicated, maybe?
Without actually having a blood alcohol, meter, I couldn't answer that. He appeared to be lucid.
Let's do just a couple more questions. Wrap up. Looking at him for any other crimes?
Based on the crimes that we have already charged him with, yes, we are going back through a few months to determine if we can possibly link him to any other crimes.
The vehicle he was in, was that stolen or was it?
It was
his?
stolen.
And was it stolen? Did the people who he stole it from, are they aware that they found it, or is that just a random stolen car from?
It was a random stolen car, and it's been stolen for a period of time.
Okay.
Is this the only guy you guys are looking for related to these shootings?
At this time, we believe he acted alone.
Knowing how violent he is at this point, that stolen vehicle, was it part of a carjacking or
Simple
something?
auto theft.
Simple auto theft.
All right.
Somebody's got to have a real good question.
Is the woman still in, I know you said you have not charged her. Is she in custody?
No.
No, okay.
No.
I've got a good one, but you won't answer it. How did you get the tip? How did the tip, can you elaborate on the tip?
What I said before, I'm not gonna go into a lot of specifics.
Not gonna go into that.
Yeah, that's,
I understand.
can't do that one.
All right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
You can ask yourself a good question.
Well, I was talking to him about it. But
There's
they're all-
something out there
They're
that
all
we should
cop-related
ask.
questions, which would be something why I would want to ask because it would further an investigation. But you guys don't always think like cops. You think like media. But yeah, I had a really good question. But
And what would that be?
I forgot.
Well, thank you.
What do we need you downstairs? Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you.
As long as, yeah.
I'll be quick. I'll be out by 5:02. All right, thank you.